Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Golden Hub where we share about all things property. I'm actually on my way to work this morning, and I've been thinking about why should we invest in property. Why should we invest in property? And whilst I was thinking about that question, what came to my mind is that the investment space, or let me say the property investment space, is able to give you a financial freedom that is different compared to the one that your 9 to 5 would give you. Because your 9 to 5 works this way: you have to exchange your time for money. That means that if you don't go to work and you don't submit any leave, you might be unpaid for that day or for that period. So you ought to submit leave if you are not there physically. But with the property investment space, you ought to work hard in the beginning. You work hard in terms of looking for deals, you work hard in terms of looking for funding. But once you have all of those things, once you build up a portfolio that is quite healthy, you can sit there and watch it make money for you. Especially if you're looking into rentals. Maybe you buy a property and then you lease it out to people. You lease it out to people and then you watch that property make money for you. And if you're gonna go via the route of flipping, and we did talk about flipping, that flipping is you buying a property, maybe the property that is under distress, or you buy a property that is under value, or you buy a property that has a potential, and then what you do is you revamp that property and then you sell it for a profit. So you can if you go through that branch, that means that you're gonna have to work in the beginning. Still, you work in terms of looking for the deal, you work in terms of revamping the property. But once all of that is done, you sit and then you advertise, and then you watch that property. Guys, East London has potholes, man. Sorry. So we are ducking early in the morning. We are ducking. So back to the topic. So you do the work at first, but once all that work is done, you can sit down and watch it make money for you. And the other thing, or the other reason is, guys, there will always be a need for accommodation. There will always be a need for accommodation. And unfortunately, in the world that we live in, not everybody is fit enough to buy their own property. Some people, they can't buy property because they are blacklisted, or let's say their financial muscle doesn't allow them to buy property. Because when you buy property it also comes with maintenance, especially if you're buying outside the complex space. It also comes with maintenance. So some people, they won't be able to afford the bond and the maintenance that comes with the property. Hence they will always lease, hence they will always rent, And some people, their credit scoring is quite bad. And let's say some people at an earlier stage, they took loans that they are not able to pay back, or they couldn't pay back, And if they would go and apply for a loan, they will be rejected. Oh guys, I'm going under the tunnel. Sorry, I'm going under the tunnel, and I can see that it affected the lighting. Excuse that. But that doesn't stop us from continuing. So they really can't go out there and apply for a bond, because if they do that, they will be rejected because of that loan that they couldn't pay, and they have been deemed that they are not, they are risked in terms of the bank granting them loan, all of those things. So there are many reasons, and because of these reasons, people always look for rentals. So if you buy a property in order to rent it out, that's not a bad idea. That's actually a good idea, because like we have said, that the need for accommodation will always be there. People are getting born every day. That means that the population is increasing, and as the population is increasing, people will always look for space. And we're seeing a lot of people we see a lot of people relocating to new areas, new areas whereby they will also look for accommodation. So that's why you should always invest, or that's why you should invest in property. Number one, it can bring you the financial freedom that you are dreaming that you dream about. It can bring you that financial freedom. Then number two, you should invest in property because there will always be a need for accommodation. There will always be that outflowing, that need, that constant need of accommodation. People will always look for property. So yes, that's why you should invest in property, because of those reasons. And then the other thing is, once I'm thinking about why you should invest in property, the other reason is that property or investing in something will challenge you to also invest in yourself. You should invest in yourself in terms of, because when you're saying, okay, fine, I want to invest in property, whether you want to create another stream of income or whether you want to invest in property as your mainstream, it will challenge you. It will challenge you to become better. Like I've said, that if you're gonna seek funding, it will challenge you to be better in the sense that you'll be able to be disciplined in terms of spending money, because in order for the bank to grant you with the funding, they ought to see that you are disciplined. They ought to see that you are credible. They ought to see that you'll be able to pay back the money that they give you, so they'll be able to invest in you in terms of giving you the funding that you need. So that's the other reason. It will challenge you to invest in yourself, which is quite ideal, because before you invest in anything that is external, you ought to invest in what is internal. You ought to invest in you, because if you are well invested, you will be able to spot the deals that are great. You'll be able to spot ideal deals, those deals that are able to make you financial stable, so yeah, that's about it, for today. I was thinking about that encouragement this morning. So if you're new, please subscribe down below and like the video, share it to your friends.